Morbid Facts, Part 555. As a children's hospital worker in Tennessee, Georgia Tan would lie to new mothers and tell them their babies died after childbirth, only to turn around and sell them to whomever was willing to pay top dollar, many of whom were pedophiles. She eventually became a millionaire thanks to this sick scheme, as it's estimated that she stole more than 5,000 babies over a 26-year span, one of which grew up to become professional wrestler Ric Flair. Unfortunately, Georgia passed away in 1950, just months before her awful crimes were uncovered. An embalmer from Texas was recently arrested after allegedly mutilating the corpse of a 58-year-old man she was embalming. After learning he was a registered sex offender for raping a woman in 2001, Amber Laudermilk used a scalpel to slice off the dead man's groin and then shoved it down his throat. She reportedly did this in front of her embalming student right after telling him, "You didn't see anything." Laudermilk has been charged with desecrating a corpse and is being held on a $5,000 bond. Morbid Facts, Part 307. When he was 38 years old, Jerry Seinfeld met a 17-year-old girl in Central Park and started dating her. He would pick her up from high school, and the relationship lasted 4 years despite a 21-year age gap. Not to mention there's an episode of Seinfeld where the guys stare at the cleavage of a 15-year-old girl and Jerry defends it as being normal. In 2010, a high school in Pennsylvania issued Apple MacBooks to each of its 2,300 students, then remotely activated the webcams to spy on them at home. Without telling its students or their parents, the school secretly took pictures of the children in their own home and monitored their chat logs and the websites they visited. The whole scandal was only uncovered when one student was eating Mike and Ike's in his bedroom and the school tried to bust him for taking pills. The district was eventually ordered to pay $600,000 in lawsuits filed against the school after it was found to be in possession of more than 50,000 webcam shots of the students. Morbid Olympic Facts, Part 1. After winning 4 gold and 2 silver medals in the 2012 Olympics, making him the most successful Olympic athlete in history, Michael Phelps became deeply depressed. He felt as though his sense of purpose had been completed and was consumed with so much emptiness that he contemplated taking his own life. Uday Hussein, the son of Saddam, was named chairman of the Iraqi Olympic Committee in 1984. Athletes who disappointed him were subject to torture and imprisonment after the games. Kelvin Kiptum is the current world record holder for the men's marathon, but sadly passed away earlier this year after driving his car into a tree. If he hadn't been killed, he likely would have become the first person to run an official marathon in under 2 hours. Security guard Richard Jewell saved hundreds of lives by spotting a bomb and alerting police at the 1996 Olympics. He was later wrongly accused of the crime and spent months enduring media slander despite being a hero. The FBI thoroughly searched his home multiple times and maintained 24-hour surveillance of him before Eric Rudolph confessed to the crime.